Hello again. Although many people in the comments here agree with a lot of what I say, not everybody does. And I doubt that anybody at all agrees all the time with everything that I say. I'm heartily glad of this because it means that people here are thinking and weighing up what I say and deciding when they think that I'm mistaken, deluded, foolish or wrong, which of course does happen sometimes. It would be very alarming if this were not the case because, like everybody else in the world, I am apt to be wrong a lot of the time. Not that I know that I'm wrong. That would mean that I'm telling lies or setting out to deceive people, and I'm certainly not doing that here. No, it means that I hold an opinion quite honestly, which doesn't happen to be true. This is something we are all of us prone to, and as long as we are aware that some of our most fervently held views might not be correct, then no harm is done. The danger is if we start thinking that we are always 100% right and that no evidence or debate can shake us in our convictions. When this happens, we really are in trouble. This is true not only in conversations about politics or philosophy, of course, but also science. There is a name for this matter of remembering that our ideas may prove in the future to be false, and it is called Cromwell's rule. Just before the English and Scottish armies fought a battle in 1650, Oliver Cromwell wrote to the Assembly of the Church of Scotland, appealing to them to reconsider their position. He said, "I beseech you in the bowels of Christ to think it possible that you may be mistaken." This is where we get the idea of Cromwell's rule, that however firmly we believe something to be true, we should always be open to the possibility that we're wrong. Let's face it, a lot of our ideas we have been hanging around in our minds for ages, and new evidence may have come up to cast doubt upon or even disprove what we're still thinking now. This can happen in science if people stick with what they've always thought true. When I was a child, the subatomic particle, the proton, was firmly believed to be a fundamental particle, indivisible. It was simply, that was as small as you could get. We now know that it's made up of three smaller particles, but there was resistance to the idea from people even when the evidence emerged, because they simply believed with an almost religious conviction that what they had always been taught about subatomic particles was true. In other words, they hung on to a false opinion simply because it was one they'd held for a long time. I observe a lot of this strong conviction in debates about things like immigration, Islam, politics, and various other topics which are often talked about. There is less a desire genuinely to exchange views and consider that the other fellow may have a point, and more a fixed determination to push forward our own views and disregard those who think otherwise. I think it would be a far healthier thing if we started from the position of realizing that our own views might be a bit feeble or wrong, and that the other person that we're debating with might have opinions which are correct.